I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Oakland Raiders. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 8 read. 50, check my 50. I got one. Check one.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down and inches. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ryan Anderson able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback.
And he's going to go down again.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
He'll return it from the 6. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards, and it'll be Titan football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And we roll now on the graphics for the offensive starters.
Let's take a look at the left tackle, Taylor Lewan. A big, gregarious guy with great athletic ability. Plays the game with a little bit of an edge. In fact, he doesn't play to the whistle. He plays to the echo of the whistle.
And an alley to run.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Eckler. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? 10 go. 4 down.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. On the counter, it's Yeldon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 39, Jackson. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They go play action now. Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27th. 2nd and 3. And he'll find Moreau here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll drop the throw. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Give him 6 yards in the first down.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So we come. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 35 on second down, Jackson. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got Smith here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by Howard. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion, went just shy of the marker. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down in inches. They'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working and call more of that. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Back to throw. He's going to look deep now for Land. This is intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. It's Eckler again. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Looking to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the Titans getting set to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. But the game, certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He's going to take off with it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away was the safety, Amani Hooker. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. He'll get this to Eckler. And some room to maneuver. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Once more, here's Eckler. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Yeldon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. Fights loose. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at it, teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible. Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one. They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Titans, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.